starting. That's one.
Okay, let's begin.
Is it even allowed to have 2 times the same initiative?
Roll D2. Let's actually do that. Now is the time to see who is the superior. So, we got a 1.
I'm number 1.
Rock, paper, scissors. That's you, Grimmaul. You're the one who just has to refute your... Because you both got 64. Are you still paying attention? Okay. No, wrong. D2.
Oh,
You're
D2?
not paying it.
All
Man,
right.
are you just... You're super distracted right now. Stop distracting yourself. It's serious
There you
business
go.
now. Do it again. It's rock, paper, scissors. So
One
whoever
again.
gets
One
the
again.
2
One
is the
again.
one who goes first.
1 again.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. If you guys know DBZ,
goddamn
you
it.
know what I'm talking about.
It's goddammit, it won't let me for some reason. Alright, there we go. There we go.
Ah, you won. So you get 1 up. You literally get 1 up on him. Yeah, roll 20's lagging out a little bit. So, oh well, whatever.
Alright.
Let's go with that. So, rock, paper, scissors. So,
Grimmaul.
get us up to date. The orcs
Alright.
are ready to leave. Like, during our sleeping hours, they had gathered everything together, and they are ready to bounce out of this place.
That's good.
I mean, that's the point. They're not just gonna stick around.
No, I mean, that's good that we can just, the moment everyone wakes up, that we can just up and leave.
Alright, next, elves. They're gonna stick around, they're gonna escort. And the elves definitely, they understand the situation a little more. They feel a little bit ashamed that they didn't really think it through. They didn't observe enough. So they let their hatred for their quote-unquote enemies get to them.
Of course they did.
Silly elves.
So now they've learned a little bit. Grimmaul's now level 2, because he paid his rations out to get favor, and then he used the favor to get a level up.
Yep.
Okay, so, and now comes the next part, which is interrogate the frogman. So since Sanes is first, he can technically do that first.
Just one question.
Yes.
If it's still night, then does also wake up from night terrors? Because she kind of had a
100.
breakdown again. Of course.
That's a yes. Okay, well, you brought that upon yourself.
Of course it does.
Okay, so middle of the night,
the game hates
you're
me that
sleeping.
way.
She's sleeping, but she's not really sleeping. Like, she lucid? No, she's a little loopy still. So D100. Okay, so you're not gonna wake up from this. Like you're not able to interact with her in any sort of way during all this. So
Well,
I'll do another
that's
D100,
good.
but you can't interact, but can you listen in? You can't
Nope.
listen in either.
well,
So I guess I'll add, like, she does wake up in the night, but you don't know what occurs. So I guess the daytime hits and everything happens.
can I now see that she hadn't much,
D100.
hasn't had,
Do you
had
notice
much
anything?
sleep? Apparently I do.
So you do notice that, she's not herself. I mean, that's the you kind of chuckle at that. It's what is also self? You don't know. Like, what is her normal? Does she have a normal?
Well, I've seen her 2 ways right now, so I don't know.
Well, what are the 2 ways? Yeah, you brought it up, not me. So
Crazy,
two
and
ways?
slightly more crazy.
Rather happy, and then the other one is hostile-ish.
Okay, so
Not completely
happy and
hostile,
angry
but
are
hostile.
the 2 you
Yeah.
got.
Sort of.
Yeah. Well, she is kind of angry at herself and everything around her for what the life she has to live.
True.
No. She can't even be close to too many people because, like I said, some of her body's covered in spikes. So, pain to anybody who tries to approach her. So okay, so you're both just lying down in the same bed again. She's still there. Let's see a D100. Are you awake, or are you able to listen in?
Wait, I just rolled to see if I saw anything.
If you saw something different, but this is more of the like, are you awake enough to listen in? Not
Nope,
so much.
apparently not.
So you can see. You just, you can't comprehend everything that hit. Like, you just woke up, so.
True.
And besides, it's, the whole events of yesterday. That's draining.
Well, depends on what you have done.
So you can see, but you can't really understand. So, like, let's do a D2. So she's on her back, and so her back spikes are digging into your armor. And she's holding up one of her talons in front of her. She's just kind of looking it over, just in whatever light is coming through. And yeah, so let's see. Is she aware that let's give it a second. Okay, so she's not aware that you're watching, that you're awake. So you're watching her talon, and she's moving her talon around. And then you notice that it looks like dark waves are moving through her talons. Like it was like these strange black waves go forward and then back, and then they're like shifting through different colors, like black and then dark blue and then purple and then back the other way.
She's a witch. I'm the witch.
No.
Okay, so do you respond to that at all?
I just ask everything all right.
Okay. And she's taken by surprise, like, you're awake? And she immediately like puts her claws to her side so that you can't see what she was doing.
Yes, I'm awake.
Okay. So how much did you see?
I saw you shift. I saw some colors on your talons, so.
And then she just gives out like a tired sigh. Kind of, there's a smile to it, but you could tell like, she was expecting this. It's like, should have figured you'd figure out eventually.
Figure out what?
It's like, well, I might as well just come clean then. Just, So she gets off you and she's sitting on the bed's edge. It's like, she's struggling for the right words. So are you just gonna wait and just see what happens?
I'm also gonna sit.
Okay, so you're just sitting up. So you're sitting up.
Yeah. Gonna sit and then. Oh, take your time.
Okay. And then she kind of just she like looks off in the distance, like, that part I said, I was born to kill and my whole life is killing.
Yes.
Well, there's a specific nuance I didn't quite put in that. I wasn't just born to kill everyone. I was born to kill a specific person. Particularly, I was born to kill you. And I know that's hard to take in. So I'll just let that sink in for a few minutes.
Well,
and she's like holding up her talent. It's like, there's only a few things that can kill a dragon. And it's like you see the strange waves of energy going through her claws. It's like, that's why the black dragons had to make sure that I'm able to kill a dragon. They taught me everything about them.
At that point, I'm just like, also, if you're made to kill something, it doesn't mean you have to kill it. I was made to destroy the dragons.
And it's like,
I
but
didn't
it's
even do
hard
that.
coded into me. It's my purpose. It's what I was built to do, and yet my purpose is not being fulfilled.
Well, it was hard coded into me that I should have. No, not really hard coded into me, but I was made to kill the dragon rulers. So I've never done that.
So she kind of does like a bitter laugh. It's like, and maybe that's why I was bred to kill you. It's because you didn't do your purpose because you fought against it. You still fight against it. You're still not doing your purpose. Or at least not the purpose they said you should be doing.
Well, I don't
Might
find
note
that
the deadly
purpose.
quiet that we have here. It's like everybody's just on pins and needles.
Indeed. I might. Well, they might also just want me dead because when I was born, I killed some of them.
And it's like, no, they didn't even care about them. You should. It's like, have you met black dragons? They don't care for their own. Those were sacrificial. So long as they have completed their objective, their sacrifice would mean something. So in essence, since you're not fulfilling your purpose, you make their sacrifice meaningless, which is a far greater sin in the Black Dragon Order than anything else.
Well, I don't care for the black dragons.
Yeah.
For one, I'm not even a black dragon, so...
And she just flips around really fast, and it's like, but they care for you. They
No,
want
they
you
don't.
back.
No, they don't. They want
It's
me
like,
dead.
it's like maybe not care, but they care enough. They don't care in a way of emotions. They care in a way of your purpose. You are an asset to them, and they want that asset back.
Yeah, well, they're not going to get the asset back if they want to kill me.
And then she looks back off in the distance. It's like, don't you know what that means? They're going to be hunting you for the rest of your life. There's never going to be a waking moment where they're not trying to kill you or enslave you.
Huh.
They'll constantly find more ways, more creative ways.
That all depends.
And then she kind of like clangs her talons together. It's like, they're going to breed more people like me to kill you. Don't you see something wrong with that?
Not if I stop them.
It's like, and she's incredulous. It's like, how? How are you going to stop an order of dragons?
They made me to stop dragons, so...
It's like, and she does that smile. It's like, oh yeah, that's correct. You were made to kill a dragon order.
They kind of dug their own graves.
Well, and then it's thinking long and hard, and she's looking over her talons.
And then they made someone else who was made to kill dragons
Yeah.
who also converted.
Yeah.
They're not very good at making people.
No, they are not.
But, and it's just like, you know, the one thing that makes them different from the rest of the dragons.
No, I don't know much about dragons, so...
Okay. It's like they give their killers a conscience. It just, it may be a little warped, but it seems like they don't just make tools without a conscience. Maybe that's their downfall.
I don't think that's a maybe. I think that's that's their downfall. Like...
Well, and it's like, well, the process is a little flawed. I'm ashamed to admit that. They give you the choice after all, and then when you choose wrong, they try and destroy you. So, you know, where's the logic in that?
Well, they didn't really give me a choice. They tried to wipe my memories, and then something happened why I got away, so...
It's like, oh, that did, so... And then she's thinking about it, and then she gets a little grave. It's like, so they lied to me. Why am I not surprised?
Well...
It's like, she gives like a really wide grin. It's like, you want to know the story that they told me?
Sure.
They said that you were a traitor. I mean, that's close to that. I mean, that's correct in their regards, but they They didn't go with the whole part saying they tried to kill you as an infant. They said you were given a choice and you refused.
I was never given a choice.
It's like, wait for it. Well, that isn't good. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, I just didn't press the button.
Well, 2 times
Okay,
sort of
so...
the same.
Oh, never mind. I guess I did press the button. Alright, so... It's like, well, what? It's like, it's no surprise that a black dragon would lie to people. And it's also no surprise that they wouldn't tell their assets the entire truth. I mean, they don't even tell the entire truth to each other, let alone someone they bred to kill another dragon.
Well, why would they tell the truth?
And she's just like, but her mood's going full circle, and she's like looking down. It's like, but why? Why go this far? Why create abominations? Why not do the dirty work themselves? Why do they have to force so many others to do their work?
They're scary cats.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. And she just shrugs. It's like,
really
yeah,
scared.
it's an impossibility.
I think they're just scared of extinction. Why would they make other dragons to kill dragons without doing it themselves if they have the power to do so?
And she just like changes tacks on you. It's like, you know, I'm jealous of you sometimes. At least you were bred to be somewhat of an infiltrator. You were bred to blend in. Me, I was bred specifically to kill you. And she's like looking at all her features, and it's like, and I can never blend in. Not with this. I'll always be an outsider, even if I'm accepted with people. I'll always be an outsider to them.
The only good side about me is the fact that I can wear armor.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing about me.
Yeah, and so she's like, she does kind of a frown. It's like, at least you can wear armor. She like taps her own chest. It's like, I was bred into having armor.
You could still wear armor. Yeah. I know a person who could make.
And then she just shrugs, like, too much extra weight.
Yeah, true.
Right. And it's like, well, enough talk about doom and gloom. We should probably move on. I mean, the orcs are probably ready to go.
Yeah, probably. Let's go take a look.
Okay, so... Are you wearing armor or are you not wearing armor?
I still have my armor on, so...
You still have your armor on.
At least what's left of it.
Yeah, are you going to look at it, or...?
No, he's gonna do a dogma.
He's just gonna stick with the, being naked. He's not naked, though. His armor's just shredded to hell.
Can't really take a look at it.
You're gonna need to get a tougher armor if you're really considering making Oso a friend or more. Then you're gonna need a tougher armor to maintain that, and your skin's gonna have to harden because with the amount she's designed to kill you.
True.
So yeah, you're gonna have to everything that's positive, every caress is gonna be something that's Remember, all of her talents and stuff are meant to kill you. So you're just gonna have to evolve past that. Anyway, Sage, so armor on, weapons in hand, going outside.
Is there a weaponsmith around town? Let's ask.
D100. That's a D100. That's not so much. Okay, so there is. So he's a combination. You actually walked right up to him. So you see another orc in the. It's another hunter. You haven't seen this hunter around, but you see that he's a little different. Like, for one, he has goggles on. He has goggles on. He looks like he has a vest on instead of the standard hunter gear. He's got a hammer in one hand and he's hammering something. So you just walk up to him more out of curiosity than anything.
Could you maybe repair my armor?
Okay. So, and he immediately gives a nod and he goes back to what he's doing. And then he points, it's like, put it over there.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
So which part
do you comply? Or do you... Yeah. He's pointing to the edge of the tower because he's got a line of things he has to fix.
If it's just a chest piece, sure.
Wait, what?
Is it just a chest piece that's shredded?
D100. So just the chest piece that has been torn to shreds. Yes, so you're lucky, it's just your chest piece.
I'll just take
so
that
only
off
one
then.
piece of armor to repair.
I'll just take that off.
Okay, so you take that off, and like not only is he appraising you because you look like you've seen the shit, because you got holes and stuff all over your body from where talons have pierced you, along with the whatever scars you've gotten from battle. And he's like, you could see visibly, he's like, he stops doing what he's doing and he's looking at you. And then his question comes, what the hell have you gone through that makes you this wounded, plus your armor this shredded?
The armor is because of a friend of mine that hugged me a little too tightly, and then...
And he raises an armor, it's like, it's like, friend? Are you sure that's your friend?
At least that's what I want.
Osa behind you? No. Okay, so Osa's on her own little, like, she's, I guess, wandering around on her own.
Well, and some of the rest of the scars.
And he just shrugs, and is like, alright, whatever. And then he just grabs it and starts working his magic on it. So, and he's looking over some of the holes. It's like, from the look of this, bullet wounds, maybe? No?
No, not bullet wounds.
What about arrows?
No, no arrows.
So, and then he just shrugs, it's like, so what caused this damage? And he's doing that as he's hammering the metal back into shape. He can't really seal the holes, but he can bend the metal back so that at least it covers up the holes. You need to see an actual blacksmith to reforge it.
Yeah, probably. Well, it's somewhat fixed.
Okay, so roll a d100. Let's see what is the fix amount. Then roll a d4. So d100 says it's a high amount, so it's more than half. You can go up to full, so he'll replace half your armor. So that's plus 12.
Good enough.
Which I shall add now. Okay, so now you have plus 12.
Alright.
Okay,
nice.
There is your, so you just say thanks?
Thanks. And then I walk off to back to where I thought
so
I was.
It's like before you even leave, it's like before you go.
Yeah.
Now, really, the tribe really appreciates what you adventurers are doing for us. I mean, we'll find a way to repay you. I guarantee it. We're not just gonna let you guys this heroics go unnoticed. That's not our way. Also, and he kind of leads in close. It's like. And then he kind of nods towards Oso, who's walking around. Also, be careful with that lady friend of yours. You don't want your insides to get torn to shreds, now do we?
That's what made the holes in the armor, so...
It's like, I had guessed, I just didn't want to tread that ground. But anyway, back to your duties.
Yeah, well...
Okay.
And please don't try to mention me.
It's like... And then he's, you know how they did yesterday? Hey guys! No, he's talking to the two orcs which are wounded right next to you. Hey guys, you know that him and that girl over there are an item, right? And then they just break out into laughter.
No, not that. I mean that I've been here. That's what I meant.
What do you mean by here?
Yeah, just... I don't want anyone to know that I've been here.
What's here?
Except for the ones that are here.
It's like you're not making any sense, man. Who's here? Who's he? What are you talking about?
If you ever tell the story to someone else, don't tell them about a almost black, dark blue dragon.
Okay. So it's like, and then he nods. It's like, fine. I guess you're the one of those who does not seek glory. You rare, strange individuals. Fine. Well, we'll leave you out of the story.
At that point, I just say goodbye and then I walk away.
Okay, so now we're up to Grimmaul. Are you alive? Are you alive yet? Go get them, man. These Sunday sessions. I bet you he is sleeping.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if he was.
Yeah, he keeps. That would make sense why he was doing the stuttering. All right, we'll skip him for now. We'll go straight to Annabelle. So you're with your quote-unquote pet, who is now using the. He's using that. Remember that tent that he used as a blanket? Yeah, he's keeping that. He's not gonna let that go. Yeah, so now he has like kind of a tarp over his back all the time. And let me add this to. Well, so you're pretty much going to keep him. You're not gonna give him away or anything.
Yes, I'm going to keep Squirtle.
Okay. Well, now I have to copy the asset so that you can have him permanently. Plus, you can control him. Well, you can kind of control him, but it's still one of those. Like some of the information will not be there because you cannot know it because you haven't researched it.
Yeah.
You also you do not have intelligence, do you?
Nope.
So
Planning
yeah,
on
you
doing
can't
it
know
soon,
any of the information revolving around this creature. You do not know.
I just know its name.
Yeah,
and
well,
it's-
you don't know
I've
its
called it.
name. You just know that it's called Squirtle because you called it Squirtle.
Yeah, but before I rolled on whether I knew what the species name was, and it was a.
So this is an all players thing because everybody else knows you have it. Shit. I think it just froze. There we go. Roll20 is acting up today. Oh, well, it happens. Maybe it's just mine. Who knows? Okay, so you can do all that.
Well.
So he's only got 2 attacks, which is he has claws actually. So he only has he's like a tank. He's not an attacker. He's got claws and he's got invulnerability. Like temporary invulnerability.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's a pretty powerful creature. Well, he's not an attacker creature. He's like a defensive creature. Okay, so now you should have control over him. Unless I did that wrong. So nope, I did that wrong. I forgot to change the internal asset. There, now you should control him.
Yep. Okay, cool.
So noticeably, like you feel a shifting as it starts to get up, because I mean it's kind of hard not to notice. You're on its back.
Okay. I ask him what he's planning on doing.
Okay. It doesn't it looks towards the village and it sees things are packing up and it starts wandering that way.
Okay.
It's, looking over the people. What are the orcs' opinion of you? They rate you highly because you saved some of their brothers.
Okay.
So they just they basically part out of the way of the beast. So there's the hunter and they're all giving you kind of that nod of, respect. Because their culture is if you prove it doesn't matter what race you are, if you prove yourself to them that you're a good guy and you prove it, then they'll show respect for you. Just, don't take it for granted. Because then they'll just see you as a pompous fool.
Okay, so, Squirtle.
So he's trundling through town. Or trying to. I mean, he's kind of big. He's trying to squeeze through there, but he's having a hard time.
Are you fine with, us putting some luggage on you?
So, he doesn't even comprehend what you mean. It's you could just do it and he won't care. Just,
Okay. Hey guys, this guy can be a pack horse if you need him to.
So, he's brushing by everyone. Let's see, he's just ignoring the wounded orcs, and he's going straight for the zombies that are still wandering the area. So,
Is he just gonna eat them?
Yeah, he's gonna eat his fill of corpses. That's his first thought of the day. So he just trundles around 6, 7, 8, and he eats 8 of them. So there's less than there were. You should be careful with that because remember these zombies may be still imbued with dark magic, so he may get like controlled later.
Yeah, I'll try and get rid of that at some point.
Hopefully it doesn't come into effect like sooner than you think.
Yeah.
So he's just trundling around town eating bodies. They're screeching and all that. Everybody's just watching this like this is some weird spectacle that's going through their village as they're breaking everything down.
Okay, Squirtle. You're gonna have to stop. We have to put some things on you.
He just kind of lays down, or the crouch down that he does. How it works is that his back legs have to basically go back because he's got a weird bend in, and the front legs have to do the same. So it's like a goat. Just his legs bend under him, and then he just goes to the ground.
I start organizing some people to like put some of the supplies onto Squirtle.
Okay, so he can't carry it all, but he can carry a good amount. So
Yeah, just what he can.
There's a couple of the defenders. There's some defenders who are going to start stockpiling. Now remember, they're stockpiling everything from food, water, extra weapons, whatever extra they don't want to carry.
Okay.
But each orc is going to have a pack in case if something happens that they can work independently. So there's not a lot of food ration on there. There's not a lot of extra weapons because it's in the hands of the orcs. So if one of them gets separated, at least they have supplies to last them for a little bit.
Okay, cool.
So let's see, is he encumbered? No, not at all. So they gave him just enough for him to carry. So these orcs, they put all this on there, and he's just like idling. He's not even really comprehending what's going on or why anything is happening.
Not the smartest of creatures, but I still.
He's like what we want over is he's kind of like a cow. Just not the smartest of creatures, but he's got ferocity when he needs it, and he's got carry capacity.
Okay, I guess now that he's all packed up, what else is there to do?
Good question. Well, the main thing we need to do still is we need to interrogate the frogman we captured. So you did one action. You basically fed your beast and loaded him with cargo, and I guess now you can try and interrogate the frogman.
Hello, Frogman.
Okay. Well, let's set up the scene. So you leap off the creature. What is his opinion? Again, it's not going to just let you alone. It's going to follow you into the tent if it can. Which it can. It just kind of like crouches down and kind of crawls in. So wherever. So you're going to be like right there, and it's going to be like right behind you. Like it like peered in a little bit to see if it could fit, and then it just tried to shove its body through the opening.
Of course.
Okay, so you're in there. This guy is surrounded by trolls, like both the warlord and them. Is he hurt? Yes, because the troll was not very gentle with his interrogation. You can tell both his legs are broken. So. Because they're pretty calm. They're not saying anything. The frogman's not crying out. I mean, the frogman's just sitting there, and he's got like a weird smirk on his face. And then the troll sees you come in. What's his opinion? He's like, so you've joined the festivities. We've tried to get information out of this one, but he doesn't seem to want to talk to any of us, even with both his legs broken. So the intimidation isn't going to work on him. If you have another method, I'm all ears.
I walk up to him, pat him on the shoulder, and use that to start healing him a little.
Okay. D100. Will it cost you health? Because you're fixing broken legs. Yes, this time it will cost you health, so... See, how much health is he missing? He's missing 40, so... You need to spend 20 of your health to get him back to max. So you will be visibly hurt. So, and then you just kind of like... Because now it's basically transferring the wounds. Now your legs are kind of shaking, and then you have to sit down. Because your legs are...
I try and get someone to pull up a seat before I, fall over.
And the troll chief sees all this happen. It's like, oh, and then he grabs a chair from nearby and puts you in it. And then he's looking back at the frogman, and the frogman is like cooperative now.
Nice.
Because he's not disabled. He's not is he trying to flee? He is gonna try to run.
No,
But the trolls, like, he sees all the trolls around him, but it's like there's no way he can run without getting a couple first beaten to death, and then an axe in his skull.
Okay, so Frogman, who's your master?
Okay, it's like look, I don't want any trouble. I don't want to. Let's not get hasty here. I can let you know these things. Just I need your assurance that you'll let me go after this.
Yeah, okay.
The chief is like, I'm afraid I can't allow that. You see, it's your kind that helped destroy my people, so I can't exactly let you live.
Don't.
So Annabelle, are you gonna try to influence the chief to let him live?
If you say those sorts of things, that's what makes people uncooperative.
It's like, and then he agrees. It's like, yes, you are correct. So does he just, yeah, so it's like, alright, fine, we'll just let him live, and if he does it again, then we'll just kill him on sight. It works out in the end.
Pretty much.
So tell us what you know and you'll be free. I guess that's what we agreed on. And he's like, he's telling you, but you can tell that some of it is a lie. Like, he's telling you generalities, like, we never saw the person. He was some sort of dark figure, like some dark magician.
I know
you
you're
can kind of pick up he's
obviously
lying.
You're very bad at lying.
Okay. It's like, look, I can't tell you. If I tell you, bad things will happen.
I check him for like black bands or any of that black material.
100. So you're checking him for the same similar markings. He doesn't have any of the markings.
Well, you don't have any form of marking. He can't hurt you from here.
It's like, so it's like, but if I it's like, if I show you, do you have the chance to remove them? D100, do you
Possibly.
can you affect the occult? So you can. So.
Obviously. What do you think I am?
It's like, his general response is, I don't know who you are, but I hope you're not just bullshitting me. And so he opens his mouth, and you see that the markings are inside of his mouth.
Huh. Unexpected. I guess I try and remove them.
D100. Is your magic powerful enough? Alright, it is. So, please describe, how are you removing occult symbols from inside of his mouth?
I think I like, it's like kind of painful for him because I'm actually sort of like ripping the skin off but healing it at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, it's very painful. So, are you trying to reassure him while you're doing this procedure?
It's the only way that I can do this without activating it.
Yeah. So you're ripping it out, and so you get it all out. So it's like,
Okay.
so, and he can feel that visibly, like the magic is gone from him, and now he's got a sense of calm and safeness, and he's looking at you incredulously, like, how is this possible?
It's magic. It's confusing.
Okay. It's like, so, it's like, I wasn't lying when I said that I couldn't tell you his name because he never told us his name. It's like, but what I can tell you is that he is a necromancer. He's a very old necromancer, at least from what we saw. He came to us and simply subjugated our tribe.
Huh.
So, and
That
he's pointing
seems-
to the west. It's like, more of my brothers are being subjugated in the west. There's not much you can do for them. Most of them their minds are slowly being corrupted.
Also, on a more personal note, do you think the giant tortoise would also have those same markings?
It's like without a doubt, but it might be harder to find on him.
Okay.
So, it's like, I can't help you with that. I'm not a tamer. I don't know anything about these creatures.
Okay. Noted.
So, and like, he's like, let me come with you. There's nothing left for me here. I can't go back to my tribe. They're changing. They're turning. And if I go back, they'll know that I'm not one of them. At least with you, I'll have a chance at survival.
Okay, you can come with us for a time.
Okay. And then he just nods, thank you. But I won't be a burden. I'll pull my weight. So what is his profession? Let's see. So he is a farmer. So he's not a warrior. Yeah, so he's not a warrior. He's not a defender. He's not a doctor or a blacksmith mechanic. He's a farmer, civilian.
Farmer.
Yeah.
I guess we share something.
It's like, but it's like I can farm just about anything. Just know that my specialty lies in farming the marshes, just for whatever edible algae and things I could create.
Well, the elves were having a lot of trouble farming in the marshes. Maybe you could help them out.
Like, and then he kind of scoffs. It's like, elves having trouble with farming. They do everything superior. How could they be having trouble with such a thing?
Just because someone's arrogant doesn't mean they don't need help.
It's like, and then he gives a grim nod. It's like, duly noted. Okay, so, and the chieftain's like, well, that pretty much clears that up. I guess you're coming with us now. Right, that seems all the business is in order. I guess it's time to leave.
Onward, my steed.
Okay, so... And it's just kind of like, as soon as you say those words, it starts like crashing through the town. Like,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So, and he's like at the edges of the town, and then he like looks at you curiously.
Okay, we can be at the front if you want.
No, he's gonna like, he said, onwards, and then he thought you meant just out of the town.
Okay. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
So, you're not gonna hear it, but the orc, the chieftain is gonna proclaim that, this is no longer a hostile, this is friendly, so that any orc that is caught, in short, any orc that is caught trying to harm him will face his blade. He is to be treated with respect just like any other orc. Of course, then it's like, and then he kind of, it's like you can see the undertone of that is if he doesn't prove his weight, then you can mistreat him like any other orc who doesn't pull his weight. And they get pretty nasty with the punishment for those who don't pull their weight. Alright, so everyone is going to start being on the move. Whereat's going to wake up from tree form. Sains is right there. Seven is right there. So, Sains, do you notice him turning back into a tree? Turning from a tree into a golem again?
Apparently
Yes, you can. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, it's a lot of cracking wood. His face moving around. Just observing, and then he turns back into a golem.
It could have been I didn't notice.
Yeah. Or you did notice? Alright, whatever. Do you want to notice?
It could have been I rolled the dice on it to see if I noticed, and I noticed,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, well, you noticed because it's hard to miss. And if you didn't notice, it's because you have your own things to worry about. Your own problems. Alright. So 7 is gonna come along. 7 has had his fill of destruction and such, so he just wants to get paid on this mission by now. Same thing with Grimmaul. They both want to just get paid. And be done with it. I don't know what Grimmaul's plan was, but you know, Barbecue's kind of missing right now. So I guess we can't go through with the plan. I think his plan went along the lines of setting up a distraction within the town, having a bunch of kegs rigged to blow, and then destroying whatever forces arrived. But that was under the assumption of, actually, what is the chieftain's opinion? He was kind of in agreement with the plan, but he did the counter plan. It's like, what if they don't come to the town? We'll just be wasting the powder trying to detonate on an enemy that's not there. So we might as well just bring it with us and use it as a weapon. Okay, so what just happened? Oh, it's what just happened? Okay, never mind. It's like you can't fashion it into grenades. Because I guess we don't have the time. We don't have the time to... Because there's a procedure to this. Remember, this is a wet environment. If black powder gets wet, it doesn't go off. So...
That's never good.
Yeah, so we can't do that procedure here because it's too wet. We're right next to a marsh. So the air, it's very humid. We need a sealed environment, which we don't have because we just broke it down. Let's see, so... They finish preparations, they break down the last of the tents. They're not about to just leave anything for the enemy. Let me see if I can clear drawings from this.
Make sure to kill off the remaining zombies. We don't want them coming back at us later on.
Okay, burn out the remaining zombies. Do we have time? Well, yeah, we're probably gonna do that. So we're just gonna. That's where the berserkers are just gonna, as a pastime, and as since they didn't do anything last time, they're gonna wipe out there's a lot of zombies to wipe out. So they're gonna
pile and burn.
They're gonna pile like basically a massive, sort of. They're going tribal with this. They're piling up a massive pile of bodies, almost as a taunt, like a bunch of broken bodies in this huge pile, to just say, you know, this is what we did to your first army. Let them come.
Make sure to burn it.
That might be a bad thing.
Let's see, are they gonna burn it? Of course. Why wouldn't they? Let's see, do they have to use the fuel though to do so? No. So there's enough flammable material on these bodies where we put enough fire on it, it'll light. Plus we got help from the shamans. Shaman's element is lightning and electricity. So all you have to do is cast a thunderbolt cast a lightning bolt on the pyre and it goes off.
Extremely flammable zombie dogs.
Yeah. So they gathered everything. They even found, they didn't find the witch doctor, which is a problem because is there any evidence that it was, yeah, the witch doctor's gone. Like they dug out the giant monster, and they had looked around to see if the witch doctor was somewhere under the muck, but they couldn't find it. So they're gathering. Let me actually focus you guys on where we're doing all this. So we're gathering a massive pyre of bodies to burn. And this is gonna, as we're leaving, this is what we're gonna see. It's just a massive pyre of burning bodies. So what is your guys' opinion on all that? Just display of power? Is this arrogance? What is this? What do you guys think of us burning all these bodies?
We've done what's necessary to keep them from coming back.
Why is it necessary?
Because if there are just corpses there, then there's nothing stopping him from just resurrecting them.
Or recontrolling them with dark magic.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. Logistically, it makes sense. It means there's less of a horde that we have to worry about, at least for now. We don't know if this gets rid of them all, though. There's no shortage of dead things. No shortage of things that any dark force can't subjugate.
My reaction to this is we might have done the thing we needed to do, but this might turn out worse.
Yeah. How did it turn out worse?
They bring in more drunk troops.
Yeah, I mean, but that's within their own possibility. There's going to be more. So we're just burning these ones, so these can't be added to the ranks.
True.
So massive pyre, it's like really hard to miss. And if any enemy wanted to attack us right now, they would obviously see this huge pyre of burning bodies.
Okay, now that that's burning, we leave immediately.
So that's like that's a massive fire, and then you just say form up and let's get out of here. See the orc pack leader's like, all right, we did our job, let's go. Form ranks, protect the civilians. Civilians in the center. They're gonna count, like, although you're not civilians, they're gonna count you as civilians because it's an escort. So all the heavy-duty orcs are gonna be on the outside, all the civilians are gonna be on the inside. It's gonna make a column. So he's gonna be with one of the defender, like the pack leader's gonna be with one of the defender groups, but all the other major orcs are gonna be as a column on the outside. Let me give you guys more room to set up your column. I am now shifting you to the next location. There we go. So I'm revealing the area. Yeah, Sunday sessions are always like this though. Just kind of wrapping up, not as exciting.
Well,
We'll go see if we can get Danny. Not entirely sure. So is he gonna attend? Yeah, I completely forgot about Dogma. I didn't know he was gonna be here. Or I didn't know, I forgot he was there. He's considered a civilian because he's one of the casualties. He's kind of, sick, and he's sick, and he needs to find a doctor, or else he's gonna die.
He can ride on Squirtle with me.
All right, so you're gonna bring whatever wounded you can that can't be, like, you're gonna take the 2 orcs. So you're in the center of the convoy. The rest of us are in the center of the convoy. You're taking the 2 orcs that are wounded. And you're taking Danny, who is having a hard time because he's very sick. And Ayusa's
As
gonna
we're
be with him.
moving, I'm gonna like bandage my legs and stuff and cast this.
You're gonna heal yourself. So you have 2, so you can do a second one. Okay, so it's plus 20. So the 20 health that you lost, you're gonna bandage. You're gonna basically splint your own legs. Are the elves going to take, let's see, the elves are going to also be in the guard on the outside, so they're going to be walking in as part of the column on the outside. So there's this long column of orcs. There's not that many, like the shamans and stuff are going to be in the center.
I like this, we have a decent mix of units.
The hunters, the last 3 hunters, which are the barkeep, or basically the quartermaster, because he's the one who maintains the bar. He's the one who maintains the barracks and its stock of food and stuff. You have the blacksmith. Actually, no, it's not a blacksmith. I guess you count him as an engineer. Who knows all manners. He can do basic repairs. And his specialty, though, is explosives. Then you have then the chieftain's going to be in the center with the shamans. The frogman is going to stick around with his lieutenant, because, he's just kind of the civilian among the group. Whereat is going to be in front of you guys, because even though you have a giant behemoth, he's going to try to lead the way. That's because that's kind of his role. That's what he feels his job is. He's the first in.
and you have Grimmel still in the tent.
7 is going to be kind of off to the side in the center of the convoy. Is he going to actually be with the convoy? Yeah, so he'll be with the convoy. And Grimmel, let's see, is he going to... Oops, wrong one. Grimmel is going to ride with you on Squirtle because he'll get a higher vantage point. You'll be able to shoot over the crowd without hitting other orcs.
Okay.
Let's see. Alright, so now we get underway. So, speech? Yeah, so there is a speech.
Orcs, 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 orcs.
I like that. So the orc chieftain, like, he walks up to Squirtle and he asks, you know, can I get on?
I give him a hand.
Oh. Alright, so he climbs on and he's like, brothers, although we've been through a lot, we stand strong still. I know we've lost many, and I feel every death, but this is our only shot at survival. There are plenty of other options, and I, for one, do not like any of them. I know this option is no better, and I don't like it still. But it's time to put our prejudice aside. There are darker things happening in this world. And he points like at the elves. It's like, see, they can learn. They accept us. They're not trying to kill us. So can others. We need to put our old prejudices aside and band together against this darkness. So it's like, and maybe in the future we won't have this problem. We won't have orcs and elves and other races killing each other. Maybe we might become one people. So, I was like, and I know some of you will disagree. Some of you will believe the old ways are better. But the old ways have not saved us so far, and I don't expect them to start. So it's like, that is all. Move out. So,
You know, I'm really
the
liking
path
where
is
this
going to
campaign
be...
is going. Because
what?
it seems like we're slowly building up forces, they're like slowly building up forces, and then there's going to be one epic clash at some point, and it's
seems
going to
like
be
it, doesn't it?
awesome.
Okay, it's like, it seems like, oh, wait a second, there's going to be a epic clash of armies? Not really. Maybe, I don't know. We're still figuring that one out. So, although it doesn't look like a... let's see, who do I want to do that? Do a... I'm trying to figure out what type of dice you should roll. Okay, so do a D4. No, do D6. D6.
Who?
Who has to roll the d6?
Whoever they feels like leading the pack, which is usually Annabelle, because she's the one. She's the one on the giant turtle.
3.
Okay, so you're gonna get halfway there, when you get ambushed.
Oh,
Damn it.
So the column's moving.
we're gonna get that.
I'm gonna keep us praised. So we're like here, and we're just about to make it, but when we get ambushed. So let me broaden the area. Let's see. What
Is
about
it
the
by
village?
the elves?
Okay, well here's the bad news: is the village. Like as we're approaching the village, we see pillars of smoke rising from the village.
Scheißerhausen.
Okay, so it's like, and then the pack leader sees this immediately. It's like, double time orcs. And so, but on our way we get attacked. So we're going there, and then we see the village, and it is being ransacked. Is it standard enemies or not standard? It's not standard enemies. So compared to the previous mob, which was composed of zombies, these mobs are different. These are like human-like. These are... So you see packs of like screaming killers, brandishing all manners of weapons. Most of them are wielding what looks like large butcher knives. Let's see. And let's see, how many squads are there? There's at least 4 squads of them in sight. So and they're like throwing like flaming debris at the buildings as they burn.
How many elven
Outguards in the
survivors
front, they are alive. So the only house that's not burning is the main one. but you can hear all types of ruckus.
Quickly, to the aid of the elves.
Okay. It's like you hear screaming, you hear guttural dying, you hear arrows flying through the air, you hear all types of horrible things happening. See, are you inside of any of the atrocity? Of course you are.
Why wouldn't we be?
Probably the worst among it is that you see that. Oops, that was wrong. Okay. The worst among it is that there are dead elves on the ground, and you see that there are like groups of there are groups of enemies. Sorry, I guess I gave it away. My bad. There are groups of enemies, and they're basically eating the flesh of the dead. Like they're using the butcher knives, and they're just hacking into the whatever elves are on the ground, and they're just eating their bodies.
Well,
And these are, like I said, they're not undead looking. They're human like.
can I identify them as cannibals?
Do 100.
Nope.
And someone
Okay, so you just see what's in front of your eyes, which is you see that they're eating the flesh of the dead.